What up, people? How is everybody doing this evening? My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. We are in the studio kicking it. Nah, we back here cleaning up. But anyway, um, we got a very good show for you this evening. I don't know why I'm looking down here. I'm looking at myself, but maybe leave me looking up here at the camera. We got a very good show for you. Because like ever since the election, you had things come out. Was the election stolen? You got Trump always saying that our elections are rigged and they not secure. And keep in mind, people are like, what are you talking about? Like, our elections have been secure since like day one. This was the most secure election. And he still insists that our elections are flawed. So it begs the question, does he know something that we don't know? Because how is he so sure that our elections are flawed? And when you're dealing with this administration, it's always about projection. Anything that I say, that anything that I'm doing, anything that I say that you're doing, I'm doing. So they have a strategy to project whatever I'm doing that's wrong. I'll say that you're doing it. You know how like we was kids, like, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? It's the same thing happened with the, like, when they was doing the up until the election. If somebody was saying they was weird, they come back and be like, I know we're weird, but you're weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. It's like whatever we are, we're gonna project it on you. And it's just called projection. It's a very effective strategy. It seems like they figured out, which is crazy. It's insane. So someone had a conversation with Elon Musk's wife. Or Elon Musk's girlfriend. I take that back. Elon Musk's girlfriend. He got so many girlfriends, baby mamas, I should say. But somebody had a discussion with her, and she admits that when dating Elon Musk, he talked about stealing the election. And she was like, I don't want to hear it. First, she was like, I don't want to hear it. But then, like, if you're a giddy kid and you especially if you with somebody and it's something that you really, really want to tell them, but they like, I don't want to hear it or whatever, you're still going to try to find ways to tell them in little subtle ways. And I'm going to play the interview here, and you're going to hear like how he was trying to tell her, like, I stole the election. And then ultimately, like, everything came out, and it's like, yeah, this could be real. Now, obviously we don't know her from a can of paint. She does a lot of interviews, but the interviews that she's done up until now and had receipts have proven to be true. So I don't see how this cannot be true. And then, like, as much as Elon Musk and Trump sues, like, there's no question that if she was lying, they would try to sue her for defamation, especially still in an election. That's a federal offense. Like, you can go to prison for stealing an election. Not just one county, but if you actually stole a presidential election, you're supposed to go to jail, prison for the rest of your life. So let's take a look at this video, and then I want y'all to tell me what you think. Now, you can leave your comments. You can send emojis. I ask you please to do that so I can get more my algorithms up there, and then more people can watch. So we encourage you to show your to make a comment. We encourage you to send an emoji, and then you'll hit me with a like. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, if you don't like it, or whatever, but in comments. So let's go ahead and take a listen. And this is going to shock y'all. Trust me, this is going to shock y'all. You don't want to miss this. Check this out. And make sure that y'all sharing it with other people too, because this is really powerful. It really is. Okay, here we go. So check this out.
Former MAGA insider Ashley St. Clair, she dropped an absolutely terrifying truth bomb on us the other day that I'm going to play for you here in just a second. Now, we had Ashley on Crystal Kylan, friends, and I highly recommend you go check out that interview. It is absolutely mind-boggling. the inside tea that she has on these vile, disgusting, deranged MAGA
Now
creeps.
listen,
So highly recommend you check that out. But listen to what she says here about Elon, and when they were together, Elon would open up to her about all sorts of stuff. And
Listen.
one of the things he opened up about is the election and the role that he played in the election,
wow.
and how perhaps he had quite a bit of control over the outcome of the 2024 election. So here we go. Let's listen.
And then October rolls around. And in October,
Imagine being able to build
So,
an app with your name on it.
she's gonna talk
Just by
about
thinking
what
about
happened
it.
in October.
Meet
We're gonna
Base 44,
we're gonna
a
rewind
complete
it.
AI
So you
creation
can see the
platform.
whole
Describe what you want.
portion of it. Here we start it again.
Together, Elon would open up to her about all sorts of stuff. And one of the things he opened up about of control.
and in October, Elon tells me that he is ready to release his, in his words, anomaly in the Matrix.
Listen.
And I am like, oh, like, who's that? And he says that he has 10,000 lasers in space, referring to his satellites. I say, because I am like rather uncomfortable and I know the gravity of what he's trying to tell me right now, I say, wow, finally a focus on the Jewish vote. He keeps going and he says, you know, this is not a piece that they'll see on the chessboard. And I straight up tell him, I say, I would ask more, but I really don't want to be deposed. To which he says, very wise. Shortly after that, you know, he's involved with America PAC and all of this other stuff, and he's sending me some internal data from America PAC, real-time Delta vote metrics. And I am just like, how the fuck do you have this sort of data? You don't get this from door knocking, because that was one of my first jobs in politics was in campaigns and cleaning up this bad data from door knocking, because the vendors that America PAC is using at this point is a vendor that hires Craigslist crackheads for door knocking, and I wish I was exaggerating there, but I'm not. I know, like, I have caused harm with my rhetoric. However, I never like sought out to cause harm. Like, there were parts of me that really wanted like the best for the country, for America,
Right.
for democracy. And one thing is I have always hated big tech. So then to have
And one thing I want to
arguably the most powerful man in the world,
one thing I want to point out
who is
too.
sending me things about, you know, using his space technology in the election. I should also say that I have all of this backed up with many people with explicit instructions should anything happen to me, okay?
Wow.
But this was
Here, this is one thing I
something
want to talk about real quick. It's like, and you could see how like casually, like how white women, like they know stuff, they've seen stuff, they heard stuff, but it's like, I'm not gonna tell because that's my job, is to hide racism. It's to hide it. I'm not strong enough. I mean, you could tell by what she's talking. Well, I didn't want to say anything. It wasn't my job to say anything. I wanted the country to succeed. I really truly wanted the country to succeed. But you hear about people who was talking about stealing an election and you didn't say anything. This is what I'm talking about. They will not speak on anything. I don't care how bad it is. If they hear that we finna lynch black people tomorrow, there might be white women who hear about it and won't say nothing, because they feel like that's their role, is to not say anything. And like they were telling, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they was telling us back in the days, those who, and that's who they specifically was talking about, those who don't say anything about racism, who keep quiet about racism, are worse than the racists themselves. They're worse because they hide it and they help them hide it. If someone was asking her to do something racist, I have no doubt in my mind that she would do it and think about it later. No doubt in my mind. Anyway, let's listen.
I was internally wrestling with, while publicly not really showing that I was having any of these internal ethical conflicts with myself
Ethical
regarding
conflicts, what they're saying.
this
You know what I'm
information.
saying?
And then on election night itself, Elon, left Mar-a-Lago early. I was at Mar-a-Lago, and he told me over text. He's like, yeah, I knew hours ago that Trump won. My team has the best real-time data anywhere. First of all, how the fuck do you have real-time data on elections? How do you have real-time data? I could not understand that. I don't know that I ever will.
Since you knew.
It
still don't really bother her.
I saw some shit, guys. Like, I saw some shit, and I'm fighting really hard to keep my voice because I saw shit that impacts everyone. And if I was self-interested, I have been offered the self-interested deal to shut up and not talk about anything. But what I can tell you is I've not been offered certain deals just because I know that he's weird, okay? I saw some shit.
So she's implying, if not outright saying there, that Elon told her that he fucked with the election and stole it for Trump. That's the not so subtle message here. Yeah. That is a huge, huge deal that she's now out there saying this. She claims she has receipts, basic evidence of him saying such things. Like, she can verify every single part of her story here, which I don't deny because she's brought many receipts in the past as well when talking about these vile, disgusting MAGA cretins. But this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. I mean, I remember we had on Crystal Kyle and Friends Greg Palast. Greg Palast is a legendary reporter. And I remember that he laid out his case. Now, according to Greg Palast, Kamala won the election and Trump lost the election. But he says the Republicans stole it using basically their old bag of tricks.
They had more than
of ballot spoiling and ballot purging and Jim Crow tactics in a bunch of different states where you can challenge a ballot and it gets thrown out, and then you have to, they flip the burden of proof and make it so like it's automatically thrown out, and then you fill out a provisional ballots, but only like half the provisional ballots get counted.
So many tricks.
You don't have to take my word for any of this. You can go watch the Crystal Kyle and Friends thing that we did with Greg Palast. You can get all of the details because he explains it in a tremendous amount of detail. But Greg Palast said to us, because I asked him specifically about this theory that Elon Musk, was able to use his technological ability to basically hack the election and steal it for Trump using like Starlink effectively. And his take on it was like, that theory I don't believe at all. He was like, that I don't see how he could do that, and I've never seen evidence to that effect. So Greg Palast, who says he thinks Kamala won about 280 electoral college votes, and Kamala did win the election, he says Elon didn't actually steal it. However, now you have Ashley St. Clair saying that he did, and he basically implied it, if not outright, said it to her. And don't forget, y'all, this is not the first time we've had this conversation, okay? In the wake of the election, remember these stories that were told? Remember these curious things that were said by Trump, by Elon, by others? Listen to this, guys.
We don't need votes. I tell my people, I don't need any votes. We got all the votes we need. I don't need votes. We don't need votes. We got more votes than anybody's ever had.
That is a weird thing to say, isn't it? This was on the campaign trail leading up to the election, and he keeps saying, we don't need votes. We don't need votes. We don't need your votes. Basically the opposite of what every politician says. Every politician is like, get out there and vote. Get out there and vote for me. Vote for us. Vote the party line. Vote, vote, vote. Here he's going, I don't need your votes. And he said it over and over and over and over and over. Let's keep going.
You don't have to vote. Don't worry about voting. The voting, we got plenty of votes. Because we can take the Senate pretty easily. And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret.
Our little secret is having an impact? Bro, what? What?
He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over. You know, computers are the greatest. He looked at some that were just shipped in, some of these vote counting computers. He knew it before it even came in the door. He looked like at the back of it. Oh, I know that one.
I'm a technologist. I know a lot about computers. And I'm like, the last thing I would do is trust a computer program.
Oh, my word. Look, man, take it or leave it, believe it or don't believe it, but good googly moogly. This, y'all are not helping your case here. Every single thing you're saying here is just short of like, yeah, I stole that shit and I'd do it again. Yep. Like, what the fuck?
Trust a computer program. Because it's just too easy to hack. It's too easy to add just one.
Oh, my word. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, now this one is crazy. So Elon was interviewed by Tucker, leading up
I
to the
watched
election.
this one.
And Elon has one of his kids here. And listen to the banter with the kid and pay close attention to what he's saying.
Yeah,
We're in SpaceX and quietly just do whatever we want.
what's your assessment? Did this work? Is he going to win?
Yeah, it is. Never know, but never know.
They'll never know.
Hmm.
At SpaceX, we can do whatever we want. Is he going to win? Yeah, he's going to win. They'll never know. Come on, man.
You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way.
So literally, in other words, establishing an incentive. Like Elon thought, if Trump loses, I'm definitely going to prison. That's what Elon thought. So the incentive is there. Like, I better fucking make sure that he wins, if you know what I'm saying. Here we go.
You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Here's Joe Rogan
Now listen to this
basically sort of verifying some of what Ashley St. Clair is saying here. He said this in the immediate aftermath of the election. Listen to this.
Apparently, Elon created an app, and he knew who won 4 hours before the results. So as the results were coming in, 4 hours before they called it, Dana White told me, Elon was like, I'm leaving. It's over. Donald won.
Yeah.
Dana, I haven't even talked to Elon about this. I don't know, like, the Dana translation. But Dana said he had an app, and he was, like, showing him. He's like, it's over.
That's not enough for you? How about this one? This is a post from Elon Musk. I believe this was when Trump and Elon broke up for a little bit there, right? Elon said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Without me, Trump would have lost the election, he says.
Okay, we're gonna leave it right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is shady as fuck. Shady as fuck. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the election was stolen? Did Elon use Skylink to steal the election? Y'all let me know what y'all think.